Welcome to the Time Management presentation. My name is Mary Flahive-Dickson, and thank you for taking part in this presentation. This presentation will help you reflect on time management and so much more. Time management begins with self-management. We will be diving in to take a deeper look at what time management is and what it isn't. My ask of you is to consider what it means to be productive versus busy, and from there you can analyze your own productivity. So when addressing managing your time, consider the statements on this slide and answer thoroughly and honestly. As we move through this presentation, these concepts will be addressed and explained further so as to enlighten you to your current time management skills. Please enjoy the short introductory video.
Consider a time when you've been late. It happens to all of us from time to time, and it occasionally results from things outside of our control. But overall, we are the keepers of our own time, and we have the ability to work to support our efforts with the application of effective skills, techniques, and practices for success in this area. This presentation will focus on you and will ask you to reflect on your roles, your personal strengths, your daily practices, your habits, and communication style. Together, all of these elements help to build a foundation for time management. Ultimately, that foundation can be further strengthened by supports put into place in areas of productivity and communication.
Psychology today defines time management as the ability to plan and control how someone spends the hours in a day to effectively accomplish their goals. Over the years, ideas on what good time management looks like has shifted, and the fight against distraction from technology and competing priorities has grown exponentially. Related to the ever-changing technological landscape impacting the way you work and interact, productivity is equally as important as time management. Maximizing productivity can help to support motivation and energy, fight off procrastination, and boost timeliness. Often conflated are the terms busy and productive. They mean very different things. Consider a time when you've been busy, checking a full email box, trying to balance work on competing projects, checking in with your team, attending meetings or trainings, basically attempting to juggle it all. Oftentimes, when busy in this way, you can become exhausted, and particularly since technology offers countless opportunities for plugging in and adding to the busy nature of our day without necessarily strong results. If instead you can focus on being productive, breaking tasks up into smaller increments, creating a schedule for decisions, working on items for scheduled periods of time, and taking intentional breaks to reset your mind, you will find that overall you can be more successful in managing and prioritizing your day. With this in mind, it's important to consider the habits and practices with which you will move through your day. Practices like daily exercise, sufficient sleep, and healthy eating have all been shown to aid productivity. Beginning to look at how you approach your day, from personal practices to larger habits at work, will allow for reflection on your approaches to time management and your related productivity level. With a clearer understanding of what time management and productivity are, and a better understanding of a productivity rating, it's time to consider what impact procrastination has on productivity. How can you become less myopic about your tasks It's all about rebalancing the cost-benefit analysis. Make the benefits of actions feel bigger and the costs of actions feel smaller. The reward for doing a pestering task needs to feel larger than the immediate pain of tackling it. Do you find yourself mystified by your inability to get important tasks done? Recognize that your brain needs help if it's going to be less short-sighted. Try taking at least one step to make the benefits of action loom larger and one step to make the costs of actions feel smaller. Now that foundational information on time management and productivity has been reviewed, it's time to consider prioritizing and planning. Taking ownership of your time. Effectively managing your time requires furthering your understanding of the concepts discussed: time management, productivity, busyness, and procrastination. Understanding these elements and how they function individually is important to an overall understanding of how together they impact your ability to effectively manage your time. Please watch Paolo Cardini in this humorous TED Talk regarding monotasking.
I'm a designer and an educator. I'm a multitasking person, and I push my students to fly through a very creative multitasking design process. But how efficient is really this multitasking? Let's consider for a while the option of monotasking. A couple of examples. Look at that. This is my multitasking activity result. So trying to cook, answering the phone, writing SMS, and maybe uploading some pictures about this awesome barbecue. So someone tell us the story about super taskers. So these 2% of people who are able to control multitasking environment. But what about ourselves? And what about our reality? When's the last time you really enjoy just the voice of your friend? So this is a project I'm working on, and this is a series of front covers to downgrade our super hyper mobile phones into the essence of their function. Another example, have you never been to Venice? How beautiful it is to lost ourselves in this little street on the island. But our multitasking reality is pretty different and full of tons of information. So what about something like that to rediscover our sense of adventure? I know that could sound pretty weird to speak about mono when the numbers of possibilities is so huge. But I push you to consider the option of focus on just one task, or maybe turning your digital senses totally off. So nowadays, everyone could produce his mono product. Why not? So find your monotask spot within the multitasking world. Thank you.
Communication is critical to both personal and professional success. Specifically, learning how you communicate best, as well as areas to continue to improve upon in communication, will be very important to overcoming any possible roadblocks to time management that may arise. The quiz from Mind Tools will allow you to assess your communication skills for introductory strengths and opportunities to grow. Now that you have assessed and reflected on your communication skills. Consider how listening plays an important role in communication. According to the latest research, about 70% of time spent communicating is nonverbal, and that knowing when to be silent can be a powerful communication tool. Effective listening requires concentration and the use of your other senses, not just hearing the words spoken. Find your strategies for workday success. That is, finding out if morning, afternoon, or evening are the most productive periods for you to work and sticking with that time period. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a CEO, an employee, or a stay-at-home parent, time management is crucial. Take the time to determine and initiate your strategies that will help you manage your time and increase your productivity. The article from the New York Times highlights monotasking, including actionable, simple ways to improve productivity at work through prioritizing and planning. The article from TED.com highlights 4 questions that, when asked to think of the items on their to-do lists, those who want to free up future time will think about how their time usage today can free up hours in the future. The 2-minute rule asserts that any habit can be accomplished in a 2-minute version. Therefore, your habit can only last 120 seconds. According to the author of the 2-minute rule, David Allen, the 2-minute rule reinforces the new behavior you want to adopt or the identity you want to build. Procrastination, on the other hand, is extremely costing. According to the reading, 5 most common reasons we procrastinate and how to overcome them starting today. Evidence suggests that the habit of leaving things until the last minute generally results in low-quality work performance and reduced well-being. So take a look at these articles for further information and suggestions. Thank you for completing the time management presentation. I hope you've enjoyed your time. I've enjoyed my time bringing it to you.